Good morning and welcome to the Ultimate 216 show. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. You know the vibes, man. If you woke up this morning, you already won. It's your boy Earl of Pearl. That's Cecil Shorts. Happy Thanksgiving, bro. How you feel?
I'm great, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you. How you doing this morning?
I'm feeling good, man. Ready to knock this show out, spend some time with our audience, watch some football, eat some good food, have a couple drinks, responsibly and all, and get ready for work tomorrow, man. That's gonna be my day. What about you?
Man, same. Just enjoy the games, enjoy family and friends. We're going to a friend's house today, so that'll be a good time.
Nice, man. We got a lot to get into, man. We'll talk about Thanksgiving, what's on our Thanksgiving plate. We want to know what's on your Thanksgiving plate. We'll talk about some celebrities and some Cleveland athletes that we would invite to Thanksgiving dinner. We'll talk about Andrew Berry as he separated himself from Kevin Stefanski. I think I done had a little bit of a change of heart, but we get started with Shedeur Sanders and what's next for him against the San Francisco 49ers. But first, it's a good time to let you know that this episode of the Ultimate 216 show is brought to you by Prize Picks. Cecil, tell our audience about Prize Picks.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement of this sports season. Whether you're following the NFL, NBA, or both, there's no better time to jump in on the action. If you haven't tried it yet, Prize Picks is the simplest way to play. Just pick more or less on at least two player stats, and if you get them right, you win. It takes less than 60 seconds to make your lineup, and you can play anywhere Prize Picks operates. That includes California, Texas, and Georgia. I like picking my favorite players like Mahomes and Steph Curry to see how my predictions play out. The new stacks feature is a game changer, and you can now pick more on Steph's points, threes, and assists in the same lineup. Plus, if you have one of your players that leaves early with the injury reboot saves my lineup for a loss. Download the Prize Pick app today and use the code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code locked on NFL for $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is good to be right.
So last week, bro, we talked about Shedeur Sanders getting his first career start against the Las Vegas Raiders, and we talked about turning that hope into credibility. Before we talk about this week, when we discuss kind of turning that credibility into a level of sustainability, what was your thoughts on his performance against the Raiders?
You know what? I like what I saw. I think we saw something Sunday that we haven't seen all year. As the deep ball, right? Going down the field from a quarterback. His ability to beat the blitz at different times, get out the pocket, and look downfield and make plays down the field was a big deal. Something we haven't seen all year. It showed some signs of hope, right? Was not a perfect performance. It was not. But also, I say the play calling wasn't that good in my opinion either. When I understand he's a rookie, you're trying to protect him, but you're running on first down, running on second down. Now it's third and long. You're putting your rookie quarterback in a bad situation, kind of a multitude of times, right? But I thought overall he did a good job. He managed the game. He made plays when he needed to. He got the ball in the playmaker's hands accurately. I just love what I seen. I think he did a really good job moving in the pocket. There was times where he wanted to revert back to going 30 yards backwards, and he fought himself. You can see him fight himself, stand there in the pocket, and then he'll find Harold Fannin. He'll find Dylan Sampson. He'll find these guys in the check down area or his last reading the progression, and those were good decisions because Harold Fannin and those guys made plays. So I'm liking what I'm seeing thus far. I think the biggest thing moving forward is can he continue to ascend, right? Honestly, that was not a good team. The Raiders were terrible. They were god-awful, and I'm glad he got to start against them because I think that can be a confidence booster for him moving forward. But overall, I like what I saw. I like what I saw in the interviews afterwards. I love the confidence. I love the aura he has. I love the excitement he brings to the team. And just looking at Myles Garrett, right? When Shedeur threw the deep ball down the field to Isaiah Bond and his excitement, his like, oh my gosh, we can do this. Like we got some offense going. That right there alone tells me that the team is galvanizing around him. And it's only going to get better and better as time goes. But I was really happy with what I saw with him on Sunday.
Yeah, man, same here. And I think that's what led to the hope turning into credibility, right? You wanted your teammates to know that they can count on you to do the right thing in those situations. And he didn't revert to those old habits. Like you said, he fought himself. And old habits die hard, but you can tell he's been putting in the work. The only sack that he took in that game, I think, was for like a 2 or 3 yard loss. And so that said a lot. You talked about him being able to step up in the pocket. A thing that really stood out to me is like even when the Raiders was bringing pressure, he just kept his eyes downfield the entire time. He was going through his progressions. We knew that the arm talent was there, but man, it felt damn good as a fan to finally see that stuff put on display, right? You know, we talked. I talked to my cousin earlier about the interception when the defensive end dropped back into coverage, right? And I think with more practice reps and more time in the film room, you know, he'll be able to read what's going on in those situations and kind of knock that out. But at the same time, you kind of got to give a tip to the hat to the Raiders defense. That was a hell of a play call and said situation to where this is a young quarterback. Everybody and their mama is expecting constant pressure, and they switched it up a little bit, right? They throw a little wrinkle in there, but the composure and the not to get rocked, like when it came to his confidence after that, to come back out the very next drive and let your teammates, you know, like know, like, hey, I'm still in control. I still got a handle on all the things that's going on here. And it was beautiful to see. Like, we have a lot to get excited for. You know, I just put his advanced stats up and I'll put them back up again. Those 3 throws, bro, over 20 yards. I don't think we've had a game this season when we had a quarterback complete three plus 20-yard passes in the same game. And so that right there in itself was enough to be overly encouraged by. And you talk about getting that first career start against the Raiders. Raiders is a bad team, but you know what? You can get got in the NFL by a bad team. And for him to be the first quarterback since 1995, 26 years, man, 26 years to win his first career start, like, it says a lot about Shedeur Sanders and what he brings to the table. I thought the offensive line did a damn good job in pass protection. They need to do better in the run game. They need to do better and putting Quinshon Judkins into those situations to where he can have success. As we move the tape forward, man, we got the San Francisco 49ers coming into town this weekend. This is Cleveland, bro. Me and you both know the weather here is tricky. Like, it can change in a heartbeat, but they're expecting it to be windy, some showers, some snow showers, mixed flurries, whatever the case may be. So, you know, it might be one of those scrappy type of games. This team is 8-4. They are a damn good football team. This team is well coached. They present a different type of challenge, even without their stars like Bosa available or Fred Warner available, right? This is a team that, because of how well they are coached on both sides of the ball and how deep they are in the talent pool, like, they present a different challenge. Me and you talked last week about no matter what Shedeur's performance looked like against the Raiders, it was one game. To me, I get excited when a young player puts a lot of positivity on tape because it presents a challenge of, okay, now you're going up against a good team and a coach that's going to dissect this film and try to take away what you did well. Now the chess match is on, because what are you going to do as a counter to whatever adjustments they're going to make? So to you, what is it that you need to see this week against the 49ers from Shedeur Sanders to turn that credibility and more sustainability?
You know what? I think you hit the nail on the head with 2 things. One, you talked about his poise. The poise after interception last week, the poise throughout the game. And that's kind of just him as a quarterback, but it was exceptional. And he's going to need that this week, because there's going to be a different look, right? And what teams do when they prepare for you, they're going to notice, hey, Shedeur likes to roll out to his right when pressure is coming. So guess what? They're going to bring pressure from the right side and try to keep you uncomfortable, make you roll to the other side, or make you sit in the pocket a little longer than would you like to, right? So I want to see him make adjustments as the game goes on. I think that's going to be critical. I think that's going to be critical for him. They're going to bring pressure from that side, in my opinion. They're going to force him to roll out the opposite way, which is harder for a quarterback, a right-handed quarterback, to roll to his left and throw than rather to his right. This is a natural run to the right? But to the left, you kind of got to turn your shoulders, turn your hips, and get downfield. So I think the challenge for him is to, number one, keep that poise. Because no matter what you say about who's injured, like you mentioned, Bosa, Fred Warner, Saleh, that defensive coordinator there, he's going to dial up some stuff. And they got athletes galore in San Francisco. They're an 8-4 team for a reason, right? Number 2, I want to see him be a little bit more consistent going down the field on the in-cutting routes. I want to see his receivers get open. I am all the way out. All the way out. I mean, I couldn't be more out on Jerry Jeudy, on Cedric Tillman. I am all the way out. I can't deal with it no more. And
bro, he stopped on that go ball. I was gonna ask you about that. When Tillman stopped on that, because everybody was like, man, where the hell was Shedeur throwing it? No, why did Tillman stop running?
He stopped running. He got locked up, first of all, and he stopped running. He gave up on the play. So for me, and if you're a guy trying to prove yourself with a new quarterback, you should be gun-ho. Like, you should be excited about it, right? Jerry Jeudy, he's not who we thought he would be. That's just call it a spade. Maybe he can be a 2, but he is not a number 1 guy. That's just what it is. And that fumble was horrific. It was just bad. But with that being said, I need to see him get some chemistry with those guys. You got to find a way, right? You got to find a way to get chemistry with Isaiah Bond, with Tillman, with Jeudy, to build that chemistry to go down the field. Because what teams are going to do is load that box up and stop Junkins, and then put you in a scenario where, again, we talked about it earlier. It was too many times they were in 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 10, forcing your hand to go down the field. Maybe do that more in the first down. Maybe do that more in 2nd down, right? Trying to switch things up a little bit. So I want to see him make connection with guys down the field. And then thirdly, I want to see him like the deep ball. I truly want to see them go down the field. I was talking about intermediate just now, but go down the field. I want to see the deep ball. I want to see him, his accuracy continue to grow. I do think he held the ball a tad bit long at times. But again, he was putting 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. So it's hard to see guys getting open and when the defense knows what you're doing. So those are things I think he can improve on coming into San Francisco week.
So one of the things that I noticed last week in the game plan, there was a lot of him in the shotgun. There was a lot of pre-snap motion, and I expect to see more of that. You kind of brought up the play calling. I know other people brought up the play calling. I understand that was Tommy Rees's 3rd game in the NFL calling plays.
Yeah, sure.
And so, we both know he's learning on the fly. He did a pretty decent job when he was at the collegiate level at Alabama. He's learning on the fly, and I think that with more communication, with more time in practice this week, stuff like that you're talking about, I think you will see that translate over into the game. We talked about that. That was a part of the offense that had kind of been put on the shelf because of the personnel that was out there. Right. And you've seen how that kind of opened things up. And so I'm looking forward to that part of it. I kind of want to see more deep balls down there. I don't know if the weather will, call for that. But I think another thing is that the Cleveland Browns can get this running game going. He wasn't that damn bad in play action, right? And I'm talking like up under center play action, dropping back and seeing what they have to offer you. So, it's always going to be things that you can improve on. There will be growing pains, but I love what I see so far. Confidence is half the battle. We know he got that. And to me, when you look at the entire situation up until, what got us here now, like, I think it's very, very encouraging to know, like, okay, the sky is the limit. The ceiling is very, very high for this young man. And it'll be exciting to see where this thing go, because you go out here and you put together another quality performance against the San Francisco 49ers, and we happen to come away victorious, or this game is close. That's setting up a showdown next week against the Tennessee Titans and the number 1 overall pick. And man, oh man, the conversation that's going to come from that is going to be crazy.
You know what? One more thing I want to add to that, I think I want to see this week. There was a lot of pre-snap penalties with the motions, right? Where guys weren't getting set before somebody else got sent in motion, right? I love the motions. That helps the offense out, helps the quarterback out, see what the defense is doing. But Shedeur has to take charge of that and make sure once he sends one guy in motion, if there's multiple shifts and motions, that guy has to be set and still before the other guy can move. Because I think twice or maybe 3 times that happened on Sunday. I'm like, you're putting yourself in now 1st and 15 or 1st and whatever, right? Or 2nd and long. So if he can clean that up to just the overall operation of running the quarterback position, I think that would be great. But that just come with time. Like that's just going to come, like you mentioned. It's only Tommy Rees's 3rd game. It's only his game and a half.
Yeah, it's funny that you brought that up, because one of the pre-snap penalties came when I think it was Dillon Sampson. Can't remember the other player that was in motion, but it was 2 guys in motion at the same time. Can't have it, right? Ironically, they come back to a play that was either the same play or something very, very similar to it on the 66-yard screen for the touchdown. And so you've seen the corrections in real time right there. And we played that soundbite last week of him saying, okay, I just got to feel it. I got to know what's going on so I can get a feel of what's going on and boom, be able to make those corrective actions on the fly. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what Cecil is looking forward to. Y'all let us know in the comments, man. What's next for Shedeur Sanders as they take on the San Francisco 49ers this Sunday at Huntington Bank Field? Before we move on, also a good time to let y'all know, subscribe to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show YouTube page, man. Hit that like button so you can stay in the know of this spinoff show and the rest of the spinoff shows. When we come back from this break, we'll talk about Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski and what the future might look like. This segment, of course, is brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA is back, and there is no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to the fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making a late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Shout out to FanDuel, man, who always show us love right here on the Ultimate 216 show. So me and you talked about this a little bit off the record, and I was in the UCSS chat the other day during the show. Shout out to the chat. And first and foremost, bro, football seems fun again, right? I was excited about the game last week. Internally, I'm overly excited to see the Cleveland Browns play this week. You've seen his aura, you've seen his energy, he being Shedeur Sanders, and how that translated over to the players on the team, right? And I've been, very, very strong in my stance about I want the Cleveland Browns to clean house. That if you're not somebody that owns the Cleveland Browns, I think you should go. And I feel like I'm starting to kind of like walk back those comments as it pertains to Andrew Berry. Because when I take my emotions out of it and I look at this situation for what it is, this season alone, I'm going to say it again, this season alone, it's making me have a different point of view, and here's why. I understand that him and Kevin Stefanski both received contract extensions last offseason. To this day, we don't know the details of those extensions. We don't know the monetary amount. We don't even know the longevity of the contracts. We just know they got contract extensions. We also know that Hugh Jackson got a contract extension before and got his ass fired. So having a contract extension with the Cleveland Browns really don't, stamp anything for real. But I feel like Kevin and Andrew was both tasked with, okay, extensions aside, you got this season, this offseason, this season to show me what it is, to show me that you are still the regime that can bring this team to glory. And you look at the moves that Andrew Berry has made this particular offseason, right? And you're starting to see the return on investment. We still got some games to play this season, and all the performances can go all the way left. Do I think that's going to be the case? No. But you look at a guy like Quinshon Judkins, right? Let's just pull up the draft right quick, right? Here's the draft picks. Mason Graham is going to be a certified baller in this league for a long period of time. Carson Schlesinger, I think me and you can already say that that's the defensive rookie of the year in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Quinshon Judkins is the Browns' best player on offense. Is it fair to say that Harold Fanning Jr. might be the second best player on offense for the Cleveland Browns right now? Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment. Dillon Gabriel, we tried it, failed. We know Dillon Gabriel is not a starting NFL quarterback, projected to be probably a quality backup quarterback in this league. Dylan Sampson, I think the jury is still out on him. He did score a touchdown last week. It'll be interesting to see if he becomes more involved in the game plan and what he can do. And then, of course, we are going into the second start of one Shedeur Sanders. If you look at just that draft class alone, right, and you talk about the hit rate, that hit rate might be over 50%, which is arguably one of the best draft classes in the history of the Cleveland Browns. Not even exaggerating that point. And lo and behold, if Shedeur Sanders turned out to be that dude, to be that quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, you can go ahead and stamp this as okay, that's it. But then you look at the underrated sign of a guy like Malik Collins, right, who plays next to Mason Graham in the middle, and how impactful Mason Graham and Malik Collins have been on the season that Myles Garrett is having right now. You look at the contract extension that Myles Garrett got this offseason. Right now, that's looking like a bargain. Like right now, that's really looking like a bargain. By the way, Myles Garrett, shout out to you. He was named Defensive Player of the Week yesterday for his performance against the Raiders. You see it: 5 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 4 fumble, 6 QB hits. You look at what he's done this season: 18 sacks, 27 QB hits. He's projected to get somewhere between 28 and 30 sacks this year. So you lock up the best defensive player in the NFL. 13 weeks into the season, that's looking like a bargain. It looked like you still got off kind of cheap on that one. Malik Collins has been an underrated signing. You got a draft class that's shown to be very, very quality. Still some holes, still some hiccups, still some things that needs to be corrected. But if you look at just what he's done this offseason, you traded Greg Newsome, a guy that was on the last year of his contract, right? In return back, you get a Tyson Campbell, who is a longer corner, played a pretty damn good game last week against the Raiders, and is under contract for at least the next 2 seasons. So that's another feather in his cap for this year. Yeah. I feel like he's done enough this year to kind of make me change my perspective and my tune on everybody should go. But I'll add on this. I'm not quite there yet with Kevin Stefanski. That's just keeping it real.
Why not with Kevin? And my argument is this, right? Because I agree with you 110% on everything you just said. Like, Andrew probably saved himself this offseason. Like, the draft is exceptional. Like, literally exceptional. If they pan out how we think we're going to pan out in the future, if they continue to play how they are this year, like Mason Graham, me and you were on the same page, Mason Graham, early. Like, it's, hey, we got to wait and see. I'm not sure if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. As of late, he's been balling. And I think he's learning from Malik Collins. He's learning and paying dividends from Myles Garrett, right? He's learning from these guys that have been in the league and been around and know what to do, how to be a professional, how to use your hands in certain techniques, how to use your leverage, and how to see where the ball is going. And he's playing well from that, right? Schwarzenegger's been a monster since preseason. Like, right. He's been a monster since day one. And we can all say we have not heard of him until the Browns drafted him. Like, wait, who is this guy? And then you talk about Tyson Campbell. Like, that was an in-season trade that looks like it's a really good trade because he fits the system better. So my argument with Andrew Berry is awesome. I agree with you. My argument with Kevin is like, hey, he's using Harold Fannin. He's using Dillon Sampson. He's using and putting these guys in position offense and defensively, and they're succeeding under him, right? So if they can succeed under him, I feel like that helps him gain an extra year or so. I'm not the beloved Kevin Stefanski right now. I'm not like standing on the table. He got to come back, but it makes sense to me. Like, hey, these younger guys, that's who they know. That's who they came up under, and they're thriving under his system, his culture, what he has going on in the building right now. Why wouldn't you want to see how this turns out maybe another year or two if things continue to ascend for those young guys?
I just think with me, when it comes to Kevin Stefanski, man, I think he's mismanaged a lot of different things this particular offseason that it makes me scratch my head and wonder, like, with better roster management, with a better plan in place, would we even be here? You know, the 4-man quarterback competition, right? I don't think that you did anybody any favors having a 4-man quarterback competition. And I also feel like that he misspoke. You know, I'm one of those people, like, I take you at a literal sense. What you say out your mouth is what you literally mean. And I feel like that's why we have to be careful what we say. When you came out and said that this is an open quarterback competition, then you raised the eyebrows and you opened the ears to every single one of us that's a part of the media and everybody that's a fan of this team. You made us assume that every single quarterback was going to get a fair opportunity to win the starting quarterback job. Yeah. The fact that you continue to lack transparency or not be clear on your message when it comes to the fans, it leaves a lot of room to, like, assume and come with your own conclusions. And I feel like when you look at the entire situation, right, knowing that he didn't do his younger quarterbacks no favor, knowing that this 4-man quarterback competition really kind of put everybody behind an 8 ball, that left a bad taste in my mouth. And then when you think about things like he just handed over play calling again. right? So 2 times in 2 seasons, you've handed play calling duties over to your offensive coordinator. Last week was not no Picasso painting by any means, but Shedeur Sanders did throw for over 200 yards in his first career start. Shedeur Sanders did have 3+ passes of 20+ yards. This came when Kevin Stefanski was not calling the plays. We seen more pre-snap motion than we had seen in weeks prior. All this came when Kevin Stefanski was not calling the plays. So it's like the mismanagement even comes when knowing when to delegate to people on your coaching staff. Like it's almost like it's coaching malpractice. You go back to last season, and some people in that locker room felt like that Deshaun Watson was being handled a bit differently from everybody else, or about when he went about, handing over play calling that said time to Ken Dorsey. Everybody in the locker room found out when we did. I said at that time, I felt like he should have been gone, because when you lose credibility in your locker room and you're preaching the same message, but we're not winning, exactly how motivational is that, right? Now, let's say that Shedeur Sanders continues to progress, right? I can give some of that credit to Kevin Stefanski. He's the head coach. But some of that credit also goes to Billy Musgrave and then Tommy Reese as well. Because because you've played in the league, you spend more time with your position coach and your coordinator during the week than you do with your head coach, correct?
Facts.
So those are the people that's been working more with Shedeur Sanders behind the scenes, we would assume, than Kevin, correct?
Correct.
So for me, I just feel like a lot of this is happening in spite of, right? And I know that's tough to say, but that's how I really feel. I really just feel like the message is soured. I feel like that they don't believe in Kevin the way that they once did. And I can be totally wrong about everything I'm saying. And we still got to have the rest of the season play out. But if you ask me right now today, I would tell you, yeah, I probably had a rush to judgment on AB. I think I'm changing my mind. I would probably keep him as the GM, but I would really, really find me a new head coach for the next season.
I would say this, like, say Shedeur pans out and we like, okay, we think he can be the quarterback for the future, right? Next 6 games or 5 games, he plays well. He's ascending. He's showing some promise. And that's the biggest thing for a rookie quarterback. You want to show promise, right?
Absolutely.
You're going to have ups and downs, but you want to show promise. Hey, this kid can play. Oh, you see that throw. You want to have some type of, you see the potential in him. I don't know at the end of the season if Shedeur shows that potential that Kevin's the best fit for Shedeur. Like the way Shedeur is, the confidence, the aura, I feel like he fits better with a different type of coach. And I'm not sure. I don't know if Kevin can handle everything that comes with Shedeur.
Let's keep it a buck, bro. Baker Mayfield, big personality, right?
Huge, yep.
Odell Beckham, big personality, right?
Yep.
Shedeur Sanders, big personality, right?
Yep.
Now let's flip it. Jacoby Brissett, kind of reserve, right? Joe Flacco, kind of reserve, right? Jameis Winston was another one, big personality. All these big personality guys seemed like they didn't mesh well with Kevin Stefanski. It seemed like that whatever that relationship was, it just couldn't get right. Like can't get right off of life, right? But you pay attention to the guys who he seems to trust more. You pay attention to the guys. I feel like Jacoby Brissett was probably the most successful quarterback in his system for real, just off the top of my mind. But I think about guys like Dillon Gabriel, reserve personality, right? We just named them off. Jacoby Brissett, Joe Flacco, DTR to an extent, PJ Walker to an extent, right? Yeah. They're veterans. Some of them are journeymen, but they all cool, calm, and collective. Then you got these guys, man, with big, huge personalities. They got these auras. They got this energy about them. And it doesn't even fit Kevin's personality because Kevin is real even keel, kind of laid back himself, right? And so to that point, I don't think he fits. And I don't think it fits a lot of personalities of people in that locker room. I just think it's time for a change when it comes to a head coach.
Man, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head with that one. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if they considered another year because of the success of some of the younger guys. But everything you said, I can't really argue with. And you made some really good points. But I'm telling you, if Shedeur shows if he comes out to be who I think he can be, then you definitely probably need to make a change at the helm. But if not, it'd be interesting to see how they handle it.
Yeah, man, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I get it. He had his issues, and by no means is it a knock on Dillon Gabriel, but we all knew coming out of college, the better quarterback was Shedeur. The arm talent was there, right? And like, so it's like, it looks like, okay, he respected his head coach. Andrew Berry respected his head coach enough to know this is who you said you wanted at quarterback. I got to respect the game. I got to respect the process. I got to allow you to cook. So I'm going to draft the guy that you want, even if I don't see it the same way. Right. But sure enough, as soon as the opportunity presented itself to make sure he had his guy, he got him. And I'm saying that because Jimmy Haslam said Andrew Berry picked Shedeur Sanders. So that is what it is, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think. Take one more break. We come back. We wrap this show up. It is Thanksgiving Day. I want to know what's on your Thanksgiving plate. See, so I got to know what's going to be on your plate today. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about who we will want to eat Thanksgiving with, and we'll get to watching some football. Of course, we'll tell y'all what we thankful for, man. But again, like, subscribe to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show YouTube channel. Use this QR code right here, man. Tell a friend. We are over 70,000 subscribers. Also, we're doing another watch party this Sunday. We are watching Shedeur Sanders' first home start of his NFL career against the San Francisco 49ers. We did 125,000 plus views last week, man. Shout out to y'all. I'll be there. McNuggets will be there. G. Bush will be there. You will be there too. So it is Thanksgiving Day. A lot of football is on. We've been watching the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions play on Thanksgiving our entire lives. Our entire lives, right? Let's take a look at the list of games for this week. We got the Packers and the Lions, man. They kick off at 1:00. The Chiefs and the Cowboys is at 4:30. And then the Bengals and the Ravens play tonight at 8:20. Who you like in all three of these games, man? I'm going to tell you right now. I like the Lions, the Cowboys, and I like the Ravens.
I like the Lions. I will never pick the Cowboys because Cowboys fans are the worst fans in the history of fandom. I cannot stand Cowboys fans. They have won the same amount of Super Bowls the Browns have since 1995. The same amount. None. Zero. Boom. So stop. Y'all living with Emmitt Smith and them. Like it's over with. So whoever the Cowboys play, who they play? Who they play?
They play the Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs. Chiefs are mad right now. They did a good comeback last week. I like the Chiefs. I like the Lions. And I like the Ravens. Ravens will stay hot. They probably won, 6 in a row now? So I think the Ravens stay hot.
Yeah, man. I like the Ravens too, man. Lamar Jackson starting to get his feet back up under him. I don't know, man. The Chiefs just don't. The Chiefs just seem like they can get got, right? You got CeeDee Lamb over there. George Pickens is playing on another level. Dak Prescott is doing what he typically do, man, being Dak Prescott in the regular season. This is a home game on Thanksgiving Day. I just like them a little bit better in that matchup. That Baltimore-Cincinnati game going to be fun. What you got?
Earl, never bet against Patrick Mahomes.
I ain't going to bet on that. I ain't going to bet. Look, FanDuel ain't going to get my money on that game at all. At all. It's just that I know that they ended up coming back and winning that game last week, man, but I just don't see it, man. I could be totally wrong with that. I can't wait to sit back, watch these games a little bit later, man, as soon as we wrap up this show. I've been thinking about Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't peeked at my auntie's kitchen yet. I don't know what's really going on or what's on the menu, but I'm starting to get away from I would love to get away from some of the traditional Thanksgiving dishes or whatever. Like, I'm really not a turkey guy. Like in total, I like deep fried turkey. Turkey make me sleepy. That's just the truth. Yeah. So I like deep fried turkey. I do like turkey wings. I like the smoked turkey wings. You know, I'm a type of person, like, if I can get a tomahawk steak thrown on the grill for me on Thanksgiving, that'll do it. Some ribs will do it. I am a big seafood dude. I like salmon. I like fried fish and some shrimp. So, like, it depends on what I'm feeling for real. But, you know, of course, most people gonna do the ham and the turkey. So what we gonna do is we gonna stack up our own Thanksgiving plate, right? We're gonna have 2 meats and we're gonna have 3 side dishes. And then we're gonna have 2 drinks. By the way, water is considered like one of the drinks because you should just be drinking water by default. Like, just be there by default. So the first one I'm gonna go with, man, I think this Thanksgiving, I want some ribs as my first meat on my plate.
Earl, why?
I do.
Why?
I don't want no turkey this year, man.
Oh my
I don't want no
gosh.
turkey this year.
Deep
So,
fried turkey for me. Fry that turkey. Ooh, juicy.
all right, so you want deep fried turkey? I want some
Absolutely.
ribs. I want some ribs, and I do want some ham. I want some honey baked ham.
Yeah, we same page with ham. Same page.
All right,
with
so
ham.
you want turkey and ham.
Yes, sir.
I want ribs and ham. All right, cool. I want greens, dressing, mac and cheese.
Okay, we're on the same page. I want collard greens.
Mm-hmm.
I want sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And I think I said, collard greens, sweet potato, and then dressing.
Okay.
And have all the juices just, coming all together and sipping off each other. And ooh,
hey, look, I wanted the sweet potatoes too. I wanted the sweet potatoes too. I think my daughter gonna put them on her plate, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my fork over there.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? She might have the cranberry sauce over there too.
There it is. Oh, so the cranberry sauce.
I can't get that. I gotta make sure I got a little bit of that beef gravy on top of that dressing too, though.
Yes,
you know what I mean? That gravy gonna be crazy. For dessert though, I need 2 desserts. Okay. I need that classic good old fashioned pound cake, and I gotta have the sweet potato pie.
Oh yeah, we the same page. Sweet potato pie, and then I like all pies, fruit pies. I'm really a big back for real in real life. But sweet potato pie and then like a cheesecake, like a plain cheesecake would make me happy.
Hey man, my great aunt, Clarksville, Tennessee, she used to make this blackberry cheesecake.
Bless
my great grandmother, man, God rest her soul. Like she used to make this egg custard pie. That was like one of the things that, you know what I'm saying, was big for me. Like still like, man, I know somebody in the family still got the recipe. I need parts of that pie like one more time. I need 2 bottles of water and I need some sweet tea, some homemade Southern style sweet tea.
Oh, okay. So I'm going water. And then my mom makes this she used to make it like this. I don't know what it is. It's like ginger ale. It's like a mix. It's ginger ale and some other drinks and some orange juice and some other stuff. And it's so good. And I don't know the recipe. I need to figure out. I need to call her and figure out what's going on. But it's this drink she makes. And sometimes, if I remember correctly, got like slushy in it or something, or maybe ice. It's just amazing.
I think it got sherbet in it.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It's amazing, bro. Like I gotta have that with the water for sure.
Hey man, he was looking like he about to hop on a flight. Mama.
Hey, her sweet potatoes be hitting too, boy. Oh, mama cooking.
He said, "Mama." So look, if I was hosting Thanksgiving, who do I need MGK at the dinner table?
MGK. Okay.
I need MGK there. I need Abdullah Mason there. He got the belt. Shout out to Abdullah. He gonna bring the WBO lightweight world championship with him.
Young cat. Okay.
My boy Spider gotta come eat with me. Jose, of course.
Okay.
I want Shedeur. Shedeur.
Yep.
I want Shedeur.
You gotta watch.
Who else? Holly Berry.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Hallie. You can't go wrong with Hallie. Hey, so let me tell you mine, because I want to have a time. Like I'm picking people from the past and the present that I know is gonna have a good time. We're gonna play spades, dominoes, the whole 9. I'm picking Albert Bell.
Okay.
I'm picking Jose, J.R. Smith, J.R. Henney. I'm picking J.R. Smith to come through and have a good time. Of course, Shedeur.
JR sitting in the car with the cousins outside right now. You know, while Auntie finishing up, he doing this one too.
JR gonna have a time. You hear me? We gonna have a time with JR. I got Jose. I got Lonzo Ball in the mix. I'm a big fan of Lonzo Ball. But the thing about Lonzo, he gonna come with his daddy. His daddy a good time.
Yeah, daddy a good time. His daddy a good time.
His
brother was trying to rap at the dinner table.
It's all about having a good time Thanksgiving. Family, friends. So I think that'd be a good mix.
For sure. Hey, just thinking about that, man. Like JR definitely be outside with one of the cousins. Oh, yeah. Bone, I can see Bone standing outside.
Oh yeah.
And then like somebody else pull up with a family friend and nobody saying,
yeah.
You know, you Busy Bone a little off in the head. Busy like, man, who's you, man? Who is this? Who is this pulling up on the Claire? So yeah, man. But last thing before we get out of here, brother. What is it that you're thankful for, man, as we celebrate Thanksgiving 2025?
Man, honestly, just health. I think that's the biggest thing. There's been a lot of sickness in my house. This is my intermediate house lately. And with my son having heart surgery when he was 2 years old, and just understanding, some of his special needs that he has, to see him healthy and doing well, and be able to fight through. His heart is strong enough to be able to fight through sicknesses and come out on the other end. I'm just so grateful. Like I'm so thankful. You know what I mean? One of the hardest memories of my life is seeing my 2-year-old son being pushed away by the doctor to go have heart surgery. And you have no control as a parent, right? No control right now. You're just trusting the doctor. So health is a big thing for me right now, man. Just very blessed, very, very excited about that. And hopefully we can continue that.
I think I'm thankful for, no, I don't think about it. I know for a fact that I am thankful for this. I ain't even gonna say, maybe newfound is probably the wrong word as I'm searching for the word, but whatever has transpired in me to have this renewed energy when it comes to putting family and friends on a much higher priority. That's what I'm thankful for this year. I think my mother's passing taught me a lot about slowing down and not letting work be the only thing that's important to you or the main thing at all times, right? To really being able to step back, appreciate your family, appreciate your friends, appreciate the people that's there for you when these cameras is off, when these microphones is off, like how me and you talk on a regular, how me and my cousins just kicking on a regular.
Yep.
Life is short. And I have really truly understand that tomorrow is not promised. And so being able to just put a smile on my face, no matter what I've been going through this year, and to fellowship with my friends and with my family and to create memories, that is something I am very, very thankful for this year for Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Day. I got a smile on my face, knowing like, this is the first one without my mama. And I could be somewhere like drowning in my own pity. But like through the glory of God, like I'm about to like fellowship with my family, I'm about to have a great time. I'm about to laugh. I'm about to smile and just enjoy myself, man, because life is short. Life is precious. And I'm thankful for the fact that I get to be able to enjoy it. So that's what I'm thankful for. Awesome. Not only that, we thankful for you all. Thanks to everybody that take time out to watch the Ultimate 216 show. Not just this episode, but every episode of me and Cecil do. Thanks for being a supporter. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in our corner. We just two kids from the inner city of Cleveland, man, living out our dreams in real time. Thanks for everybody that support the overall Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Remember, like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you can stay in the know. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And remember, be great, spread love. Being great come with a price, and spread love is priceless. Until next week, for Cecil Shorts, I'm Earl of Pearl. Peace. We love y'all.